For a technology company, the most important thing is to focus on R&D investment. Some world-class technology giants invest tens of billions and hundreds of billions in research and development, and have accumulated a large number of core technologies, just like Huawei. According to the list of EU statistics, Huawei in 2022 R&D investment reached 140.98 billion yuan, ranking fourth in the world, surpassing all technology giants. Why can Huawei maintain high research and development? How can domestic manufacturers keep pace with Huawei? Huawei R&D data released. When it comes to Huawei, many people may think of Huawei's mobile phone products and some consumer electronics equipment, etc., but this is only part of Huawei's business. In contrast, Huawei's real core business is concentrated in communications, 5G, chips and so on. Not only that, Huawei is now increasing the layout of operating systems, smart cars and other emerging businesses. No matter what kind of business it is almost inseparable from research and development, which requires a lot of research and development expenses. If it was in the past, Huawei would not have been under too much pressure to undertake hundreds of billions of research and development investment, but now everyone knows the situation of Huawei. Today is different from the past. Huawei's most profitable consumer business has undergone market adjustments and no longer bears the burden. Main revenue. At present, Huawei's largest source of revenue is the operator business, followed by the enterprise business. The consumer business has been integrated into the terminal business. It can be seen that in order to obtain a more stable revenue system, Huawei has optimized the organization of most businesses. Ren Zhengfei said that to improve the ability to obtain profits and cash flow, cut or reduce some marginal businesses. But even so, Huawei has not reduced the level of R&D investment. Over the past few years, Huawei's R&D investment has continued to hit new highs. Even if the revenue suffered a decline, it did not treat scientific researchers badly. No matter how hard and tiring you are, you will not work hard on research and development. Huawei's latest R&D investment data has been released. According to the 2022 R&D investment list released by the European Union, Huawei ranks fourth in the world with an R&D investment of 140.98 billion yuan, surpassing giants such as Apple, Samsung, and Intel. What needs to be known is that this list counts more than 2,500 large companies around the world, including 678 Chinese companies. But Huawei is the only company that can rank in the top 10. Why can Huawei maintain high research and development? Judging from these data, Huawei has torn up the fig leaf of domestic mobile phones. Although many domestic mobile phone manufacturers have good sales data, there is still a lot of room for improvement in scientific research. Could it be that Bill Gates overestimated Chinese companies? Bill Gates said that the rules of the United States will make more Chinese companies become the second Huawei. Looking at it now, it is not so easy to become the second Huawei, at least in terms of R&D investment. It is really not easy to reach the 100 billion level. Of course, there is no absolute in the world and we cannot use a single standard to measure other companies. Huawei's R&D investment in the past 10 years has reached 845 billion yuan. If the R&D investment in 2022 is added, I am afraid that Huawei's cumulative R&D expenditure has reached the level of 1 trillion yuan. Many technology companies may not be able to make so much money in 10 years. Although Huawei has achieved a lot of revenue, it spends 10% to 20% of its revenue on research and development every year. So why can Huawei maintain high research and development? First of all, the most important point is to stick to the root of technology, industry and trade. From the beginning of its establishment, Huawei has firmly used technology to promote the advancement of enterprises and to drive trade progress with technology. Compared with some technology companies in trade, industry and technology, Huawei's move has more control over the core technology. Secondly, Huawei has not been listed for more than 30 years since its establishment, focusing on scientific research. For a technology giant like Huawei, if it goes public, it will definitely achieve a good market value performance, but Huawei has not done so. Because if listed, it is easy to be attracted by the capital market. Huawei will also consider the interests of investors and shareholders and cannot concentrate on scientific research. How can domestic manufacturers keep pace with Huawei? Although Huawei has encountered major business changes in the past few years, it is still a role model for many technology companies. Even in such a situation, he did not give up moving forward, but increased his focus on the operating system. The layout of the smart car business maintains R&D operations even if chips cannot enter the production line. In this regard, how should domestic manufacturers keep up with Huawei? First of all, we must focus on self-developed core technologies. Anytime. It is very important to increase the research and development of the most self-developed core technologies. As of the end of 2021, Huawei has more than 110,000 valid authorized patents worldwide. Today, Huawei is realizing huge social value through patents, forming cross-patent licensing with domestic and foreign manufacturers, and jointly leveraging the benefits brought by patents. Second, increase the recruitment of scientific research personnel. No matter how advanced the technology is, it is also developed by scientific researchers, which is a very important human resource guarantee for technology companies. Huawei's scientific research personnel account for more than half. In 2021, the number of Huawei's scientific research employees will reach 107,000, accounting for 54.8% of the company's total headcount. If domestic manufacturers can catch up with Huawei in terms of self-developed core technology and recruitment of scientific research personnel, I believe that the overall scientific research strength will increase. Huawei is a global technology giant, facing Ericsson, Apple, Google and other competitors with its own strength. All businesses are benchmarked. However, Huawei has to do more than that. In the future, we will continue to work hard in the fields of smart cars and operating systems. We believe that with Huawei's persistent research and development, greater progress will be made.